Panthers at the Detroit Lions. Lions favored by 9.5 now. The Lions. It's like all sorts of milestones.
Favorites, baby.
For the Lions. Not only are they favorites, but they're in like take care of business mode right now. The Lions. They're in, hey, don't slip up. They're going to play the Bucks next week, and they've moved that to a 4 o'clock slate. They heard us complaining, Sam. There was only 3 games in the 4 o'clock slate in Week 6. Now we have a first-place matchup between the Lions and Bucks in Week 6 in the 4 o'clock window. That's where the Lions are right now. They're in take care of it. Don't look ahead to the next team. That's where the Lions are right now, favored by 9.5 against the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to think that's not legit, right? Carolina have looked pretty terrible. Their offense doesn't really function. They may have different reasons for it, but their offensive line is bad. Their receivers, I don't think, are particularly good, and Bryce Young is not yet able to elevate the play of everybody around him. Like, he's, if anything, making things worse with the occasional bad play, fumble, interception, whatever it is in any given week. So their offense doesn't work right now. Meanwhile, in Detroit, everything's kind of singing. Everything's going the way it's supposed to. That offense still cooking. The defense looks really good. They found more of a pass rush last week against Green Bay, which was a wild dynamic. You know, a team that had only been Aiden Hutchinson suddenly found a bunch of other people, and one of the best offensive lines in the league, albeit down to backups in certain spots, gave up more pressure in that game than they given up in like the 3 previous games combined. So the Lions look really good right now.
I feel like I was really disappointed in the Lions just from a analysis standpoint when they lost to the Seahawks in Week 2. But that looks like the anomaly in their season so far. The Lions played great against the Chiefs in Week 1, against the Falcons in Week 3, win 20-6, and then really dominated the Packers on Thursday Night Football last week. The one anomaly in there was the Lions kind of reverting back to a defense that was giving it up pretty easily against Seattle in Week 2 in the Dome. So just like the Giants have been bad for 3 out of 4 games, you've got the Lions really outstanding 3 out of 4 games here. And if that's, if they bring that level of consistency, they're an 11 or 12 win team. They're a legit team. And that's why they're favored by 9.5 here against the Panthers, trying to figure it out. Jared Goff, highest passing grade, PFF passing grade since Week 14 of last year, for whatever it's worth. He's playing pretty well.
Yeah. You see Jameson Williams been reinstated?
Yes.
So they had some revision of the gambling policy that seemed to have resulted in like an amnesty for players. Not all of them, several players that had been banned. So Jameson Williams returns, Nicholas Petit-Frere returns. Dan Campbell has been fairly tamping down any kind of expectation for Jameson Williams. Is he in the doghouse, or is he simply like, things are cooking right now, why would we rock the ship with bringing him back and getting him a ton of...
They tried to give him a bunch of preseason reps, and last year he was never going to be a polished receiver, but I think you expected for maybe 2 years, it's like, hey, take the top off the defense, run the Khalif Raymond route tree. Now they have both. So that's where I think the expectations are, right? We're going to take a few shot plays to Jameson Williams. We're going to take our shot plays to Khalif Raymond. We're going to have 8 to 10 plays a game where maybe both guys are on the field, and you're going to be like, shoot, how do I cover that? I got to play cover 2 or something. I got to do something to make sure that these guys don't create a 50-yard play. To me, that's my expectation for Jameson Williams. It's kind of like what I said about Gibbs. If they sat there and said, we got to give Jahmyr Gibbs 25 carries or 25 touches just to justify the pick, then you're going to lose out on Amon-Ra St. Brown and what Josh Reynolds is doing and what Sam Laporte is doing and Jared Goff just running the offense really effectively. So just take your shot plays, and when he gets better as a receiver, you give him more. I think that's just where he is right now in his development cycle.
Yeah.
Shot plays.
Shots. I think the problem they have, though, is that they already have guys doing that. I don't know how much he's even going to play. And I also don't know if he is in the doghouse in sort of off-field terms. Like the suspension. The suspension obviously is a pretty stupid thing to get done for. I don't know. I wonder if they're sort of souring on what he will be long term. But I certainly wouldn't expect much of an impact right away.
All right. 9.5.
Yeah, it's a lot. think they're probably good for it, though. Carolina's not good.
They're feisty on defense, Carolina.
I'm going Detroit to cover 9.5.
I'll take Carolina to keep it close.